February 1st, 2019. It's time for your gamer info overload. Ripping apart the deep, dark depths of the gaming industry. This is the Noob Shelter, episode 13. Woo! I've already screwed it up. Within range of the gaping maw that is Mount Rainier, and broadcasting live from south of Tacoma at Foresight Studios, I'm Matt Fugitive. Mike.
Just so you're aware, I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, cool. Well, can you hear me now?
Kinda.
Yeah, I can hear you, kind of.
Okay, I think we're going back to Skype because Discord's pissing me off.
Yeah, Discord's been a pain.
Mike, you want to do your intro?
Yeah. From the depths of the Puget Sound and joining live from the south of Matt Fugitive, I'm Michael, a.k.a. Fade to Black.
Born in the heart of strangeness that is Portland and residing just south of Seattle, I am Jonathan Rythone Freebird.
Hey, and thanks for joining us, guys, here. It's Friday! Woo! All right. We got a lot to talk about tonight. It's been 4 years since we've been on the air. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, children of all ages, even though kids shouldn't be watching this right now. But yeah, the Noob Shelter's back. Hi, everybody. Hi. Yeah, so it's been a while. A lot of things have happened, both in our lives and in the gaming industry, which we are here to rip apart piece by piece, inspect and analyze and regurgitate, and then analyze the regurgitation. It's going to be fun. This is the new hosts of the Noob Shelter. For those of you wondering, Kanori has retired. I tried bringing him out of retirement, but he's like, no. Even though he was the funniest co-host out of all of us. I'm sorry, it's the truth.
No, he's got me beat.
The quips that he gave during the Phil Fish episode, classic. I need to clip some of those so we could play it. But anyways, so Rythone and Fade to Black are here tonight. Rythone, what you been up to? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Living the home life, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
New job for the last year.
Ooh, fun. What you doing?
Boil it down to oversimplified, basically dispatch with a little bit of tech support.
That's quite the mixture there.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I have a hard time multitasking at work as it is. I don't think I could dispatch and do tech support.
Well, we have 5 technicians total, so there's not much in the way of dispatch.
Makes it a little easier.
Yeah, a little bit. It's mostly quote writing and setting up the jobs.
Yeah.
Scheduling.
Yeah, there we go.
Fun. Total fun. And of course, Fade to Black is with us tonight. Fade, what's going on, brother?
Not a whole lot. Thank God the end of the week is here.
Yeah, it's Friday. Again, if you didn't hear us the first time, but we're saying it again. It's Friday night. It's 9 p.m. Pacific time. We ain't got no lives, so we're here to entertain all you jamokes who ain't got no lives either. So just want to, so what else you been up to, Mike? Anything new going on? I know you moved.
Yeah, new place. Thankfully, I'm in my office now. Dedicated space.
Yeah.
Fairly new job over the last little bit more than a year and a half now.
Cool.
But yeah.
What you been doing?
I work for a nonprofit. I support other nonprofits. I'm an IT field technician.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, I put in an app. They still haven't contacted me, so whatever. They hate me. So, and as for me, still working the same job, doing the same thing. No, nothing's changed. Making the same amount of money. So, since we last chit-chatted, everybody, I have become a daddy 2 more times. I adopted a girl in Spokane. Me and my now ex-fiance, and me and my ex-fiance had a baby. So, hey, I'm a father of 4 instead of 2. So it has just been a bad couple of years for relationships. When we last left each other, I had just gotten divorced. And now it's been a while since I've been, split up with my ex-fiance, but I'm back. I got a pretty cool girlfriend. She's awesome. And yeah. And you guys, looks like you guys get some bonus kitty butt here tonight too. Ain't that right, Sherbert? Sherbert, the Noob Shelter mascot, is here, sniffing my my top loader NES and rubbing up against it. I think he's in love with it. Anyway, so yeah, 4 years to, not really to the date. I don't remember when our last episode was. I could look it up, but I'm being a lazy bastard and I don't want to do it. I think it was like sometime in July or August of 2015.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. We were going to come back and then life happened and then I just said, I can't do it no more. Production just got too strenuous setting everything up. But I have managed to cut back. The title cards that we now launch don't have pre-show information. I will launch video up on YouTube, but I'll just rip the audio and throw it up in podcast form, and that's pretty much it. All I got to do now that we got all the testing done, all I should have to do is just launch this son of a bitch and have it work. Yeah.
For once.
For once. So far so good. Other than audio issues, we're using Discord tonight. And Discord seems to be having audio issues. I think we're going to do another test early next week before Friday with Skype to see if it's either Discord that's doing it or if it's Skype or if it's me that's doing it. So I'm pretty sure it's Discord, but because we tested this thing out like a beast and the only issue we were having was with the desktop audio.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's great to have you guys here. We got a lot lined up for you guys tonight. We're going to try to do a 2-hour show. If we cut it short, then so be it. But we're going to try to pace it out. Each of us have jumped in and submitted stories and whatnot. And that's what we're going to try to do on the show, because that was the other reason why I quit, is because too much burnout of having to run through and find stories. Even with it being 2 weeks, it was just too much. So I'm hoping with these two jamokes here, we can combine our efforts and come up with some pretty decent stories for you guys to swallow down your throat so you can get an idea of what the hell is actually happening in the industry itself. Now, mind you, this is a gaming talk show. We talk a lot about gaming. Some things will be about technology, and maybe once in a while we'll throw in the unusual what have you in the mix. So one of the big things, though, that happened this month, actually not this month because we're in February now, but back in January, a couple about 10 days ago. Do you guys know who Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is?
Yeah.
No. Well, the name's familiar, but
Mike, you know who she is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She was just voted into Congress.
Yeah, she is the youngest person ever to be voted into Congress. I think she's like 28 years old. She is the New York's representative, 14th congressional district. And she's what we would call a socialist Democrat. Or Democrat socialist. I'm not sure. She's a young female version of Bernie Sanders. Let's just say that. Just a little bit more, like a little bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? Damn, I can't think of it. A little bit more fire, a little bit more piss and vinegar than old Bernie's got. But it's that ute. It's that ute that's going on. So, anyways. Around the same time on the 20th, there was a guy, Harry Brewis, better known as H Bomber Guy on both YouTube and Twitch. He was doing a live stream to raise some money for Mermaids, which is a charity that provides support for gender diversity and transgender children. He raised over $255,000 for this charity playing Donkey Kong 64. Now that is great. That is awesome. Nice. You know, I tip my hat to that guy. You know, I am all about gender diversity and transgender people and so on and so forth. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, we're just going to call her AOC for short because her name is really long. AOC found out about the stream and decided to jump on in to the stream.
I already did that part. What's this? Oh, there we go. There we go.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, I'm well. How are you all?
It's hello. It's fantastic to meet
You guys can
Would
hear,
like to
right?
introduce yourself in case some people don't know who you
Boss
are.
Jack.
Oh. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
We
Yes,
can hear
we
you.
can.
I gotcha.
What's up?
Would
What time is it over
Would
there?
you like to introduce yourself? I'm sure chat is going wild. They know who you are, but
Yeah. Just I
for
want it on the
all
record.
of us, give us,
I need to know.
Of course, everyone. My name is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I am the Congresswoman for New York's 14th Congressional District.
Thank you so much
It's
for
a pleasure to
joining
meet
us
you.
today.
It's a pleasure to
Likewise.
meet you.
Likewise, thank you to Chelsea for giving me the heads up and inviting me.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
Yeah.
I committed so much voter fraud for you.
Where'd you go?
I'm sorry. I'm
Pardon?
kidding. Nothing.
Just some of my friends.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
No,
it's-
you're gone completely.
Wow. How is it going over there? The government is like shut down? Longest shutdown
government-
in history?
The government is currently shut down. It's the longest shutdown in American history.
Way to entertain. Way to
Our
entertain.
TSA airport workers are not getting paid. Our FDA food inspectors are
There
not
we go.
getting paid. We have folks showing up to NASA that are not paid, and they're showing up for free just to keep, basic vital systems to keep our astronauts alive, continuing. And so,
All right, I gotta stop that there for a second here because it just drives me nuts. All right, now I get that she went in there to say hi to everybody, but she is just going off on a tangent that does not need to happen. Okay, now when we were talking about going in and streaming, this guy is doing something really nice. He's trying to raise money. You don't need somebody going in there and pitching their political agenda. Okay,
Yeah.
that's just complete and total absolute bullshit. Eventually, she got to the point of why, she got to the point of why she actually called into the damn show.
Please continue.
I never owned an N64, though I do think it's probably the best system out of all of them. I never owned an N64, but I used to go to my cousin's house all the time, and she had Super Mario 64, Pokemon Snap, and probably a handful of other things.
Yes!
And that's probably all I know how to play.
Pokemon Snap was fantastic. Please, what you were saying was really important. I said that that was a poor taste joke. Please do continue.
Oh,
It's-
no worries.
Yeah.
I just want to say that one of the biggest things that I find with the trans community, for me personally, is the issues. The biggest issue.
Yeah, I kind of died there. There wasn't really much to clip. I couldn't find the actual stream to rip off some clips of her. But yeah, that was pretty much it. The whole news cycle, the whole mainstream media just went on and reported that, oh, she's a big N64 fan. Okay, that's cool. I mean, she got on the stream and for that clip went on at least 2 minutes of her pitching her political agenda when they just said, hey, we heard there's some issues going on in the USA. That's great. That was fine. Could have just been yeah. Let's just get to focusing on you guys and not all about me. All right. Now, whatever. My main thing is I just want to keep politics out of gaming. This is our sacred world to get away from all the bullshit that is going on out there. Whether you like the El Presidente or you hate El Presidente or you just don't give a shit. That's great. Don't bring it into our shit. This is our shit. This is our bubble. Fuck off.
And he was doing a charity event too.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need that shit.
Yeah.
Douchebag. Anyway, so what do you guys think, John?
No, if it was just some random stream, something like that, maybe I could give it a little bit more of a pass. But especially because this was already a charity live stream too, you don't jump in and try and hijack the stream.
Yeah, that's what you think she was doing, right? Am I not?
Yeah.
All right, good. I'm just making sure. It's like, because I just don't want to make sure, that I'm not being like singled out. What about you, Mike? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, the rant went on for about 2 minutes, but I don't think she was hijacked or attempting to hijack. I think she's extremely passionate about what she's going through. I mean, she did get elected to Congress. I don't think it's really easy for her to not talk about the issues that we have at hand that affect us regardless. And I don't think she made it about her. Honestly, we don't know the stats for that stream. It could have very well been that when she joined and people found out, more people joined. They jumped on the stream. Oh. She could have ended up helping him without even knowing.
Well, hopefully. I mean, that'd be a good idea. But again, I don't know. I'm just, if I came on here and said, hey, if I just hijacked the show and said I'm running for president, or an office, then I'm not okay with that. Unless I ask you. But she really wasn't asked about what
I know
her views are.
But that's just it, though. She wasn't really talking about her views, and she wasn't really pimping herself. She was talking about workers from NASA that are freaking working for free to make sure that the astronauts at the ISS don't die.
Yeah, it just seems like she took advantage of the whole government shutdown thing and made it about her. I mean, again, I'm not a fan of Homeboy there. Donald! I'm more, but I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'm not gonna bring it up in gaming. I mean, this here had to talk about it. It's gaming news. I made all the damn circuits. Everything. CNN, CBS, NBC, Fox News. Everybody was talking about it, man. So it's like, what the hell? Might as well jump on the bandwagon and call bullshit on it. But. So
I don't think the main bullshit is that the news, especially conservative news outlets, have been just trying to use this crap against her and make it seem like she's too mature to be a congresswoman.
But in the end, it does work both ways, because it's not just conservative news bashing her. You got liberal news bashing the other side, and this is where we end up with fake news, the whole fake news bullshit.
Yeah.
It's both sides, man. Fuck politics in general. Fuck mainstream media. I hate all of it. I mean, like I said, you got the conservatives with their red and MAGA hats doing God only knows what the hell they're doing, bashing the Democrats. And you got the Democrats fear-mongering everybody else, saying, we're all going to die in 12 years due to climate change. No. I doubt that. I doubt in 12 years we're gonna explode and spontaneously combust. I mean, climate change, yeah, sure. It's a thing.
I saw that happening movie.
Oh yeah.
It's possible that in 12 years the world just decides it's done with us.
I mean, if we're gonna die, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be because of 5G, and we'll get into that in the next show. I'm building a whole thing about 5G that I want to talk about. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, my main thing is I don't really know. I really don't know what the government shutdown really had to do with Donkey Kong 64 anyways. They made this a clickbait article. It was a clickbait article. It's like,
unless they're
AOC,
implying that he
AOC
looks like Cranky Kong.
AOC loves Donkey Kong 64 and the N64, or AOC loves N64. You click on it, and it talks about her talking about the N64 and stuff like that, which is great. But then when you listen to the clip, they don't truncate it. Like, they could have easily cut out, that second part that I did, The first part, though, they left that whole thing in. And then they cut out the rest of the stream. It's like they got her coming in, and then they got her talking about Donkey Kong 64. But they left that whole government shutdown stuff in. So, you know what? Shame on you, gaming journalists, and all you guys for clickbaiting. Maybe I'm just too fucking old. I don't know.
Well, that's a very real possibility.
Well, anyways, I'm done with my damn rant. Moving on.
Are you now?
Now, Rythone, I think you had something for us here with the Bethesda thing going on.
Oh God, where to start? I mean, Bethesda. What did I just end up here? Undo. I did something to the. There we go. I was hitting something with the dock. I screwed it all up. It's fixed now. Oh well. The first rumor, the big one that Fallout 76 is possibly going free to play. That's been at least denied officially by the blah blah Bethesda.
Bethesda.
And I am trying to drop the link here. Boop, IGN. Boom. But what was happening is there, in a lot of places, the standard copy version of Fallout 76 was just being pulled from the shelves, crated up, and sent back to Bethesda. EB Games and GameStop, all of them were crating it up. EB Games over in Australia had absolutely 0 copies of the original version. Then they only had the Tricentennial version and the Power Armor, which is something else we'll get into with the Power Armor edition and everything else there. But no, they had absolutely 0 copies of the original version. That's changed, but now it's marked up above the Tricentennial version for some reason on their website. I couldn't seem to get a clip of it myself, so I don't have anything to throw in there. But
right.
Any
reason? Not to cut you off, but any reason why they created them? Like.
Don't know if it was some sort of buyback program. Every once in a while, when there's a really poorly performing game, the companies will let them sell back some of the underperforming copies just to keep inventory down. Okay. But I don't know if that's what was actually happening or if they pushed a less buggy version like we've seen. But why wouldn't they also pull the Tricentennial and the Power Armor versions to also put in the update?
Because that's where the money's at, man. You know, money is the bacon, dude. Money is the bacon.
Yeah, but here's the sketchy thing: is the fact that they're discs. You can't really modify discs. No. I mean, the best way to do that.
It didn't even have a disc.
The best way to handle that is just freaking issue a patch. It's not like they're freaking they're selling those boxes with any sort of gaming media that needs to be updated.
Yeah, there's nothing in the standard edition. It's a code to get the game. It was my understanding.
Interesting. Okay.
Going back to that bag, the people who bought the Power Armor version were promised a canvas bag that the Power Armor or the helmet piece was supposed to be housed in. It was some cheap vinyl thing, and after going back and forth, they gave them 500 atoms, which amounted to like $5 in game.
Okay.
Which there were some players that pointed out it isn't even enough to buy the Paperboy skin that has an actual canvas bag. That costs 800 atoms.
Okay.
Wow. After a whole bunch of lawsuits and back and forth and all that, they finally said they're going to go ahead and issue canvas bags to the people who have pushed back. But it's going to take at least 6 months to get them made.
Wow. So anybody here buy Fallout 76? Nope.
Nope.
Nope. I was thinking about it when I heard when I saw the launch, and I was, fortunately for me, I'm broke all the fucking time. So
I put money down so I could jump onto the beta, but dude.
Well, I heard everybody was happy with it in beta. I heard some good things, like, oh, they set off like a bunch of nukes at once and crashed the server, and it was like a great time. So
yeah, they managed to do that one, but it was more of an early access game than anything else, with the sheer number of bugs and the unfinishedness that the game was launched in.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Okay. Well,
and the fact that the time I spent in the beta, I didn't run into one NPC at all, which was creepy to start with.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. They didn't have NPCs.
No.
Interesting.
It just blows me away because it feels like they basically built off of or built a brand new game rather than building off of Fallout 4.
Huh.
It basically
Yeah.
just felt like it was a multiplayer version of Fallout 4 in a different location.
Where was the location set again? In
West Virginia.
West Virginia was 76.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fallout 4, that was Boston, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. They got a
Well,
thing
3
for the
was
East.
DC.
They got a thing for the East Coast. They had a mod. Didn't they have a mod for Fallout 4 where it was in Seattle?
Yeah, well, it's one they're working on right now, Cascadia.
Okay.
Yeah.
That might be interesting. That might jump back in.
It looks really good.
I think the one thing that, like, not to jump off topic here, we're still on Fallout, but the one thing that threw me off about Fallout 4 was the whole building mechanics. It's like, really? Come on. I just want to go kill things, loot things, and move on with my life, you know?
The whole settlement system,
encumber myself and then have to drop a bunch of shit or hide it in a box and come back for it later. You know, I didn't care for the whole, oh, you got to build a community and do all this stuff. It's like everybody's trying to be fucking Minecraft. Quit being Minecraft. Just stop. Let Minecraft be Minecraft. Same with fucking Fortnite. Let Minecraft be Minecraft. That's why I prefer PUBG over Fortnite. But we'll get to that later.
Right.
Anyways,
Well, that's just it. Is Minecraft even ripped it off? Come on now.
I know,
don't
but
don't try and say like Minecraft is the originator.
I'm
of
not
this
saying
crap.
Minecraft's the originator. I'm just saying since Minecraft ever came out, everyone was copying Minecraft. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
You know,
that's not
but
what Bethesda was
Minecraft
doing.
copied from
Bethesda had
somebody
the-
else.
Yeah, but Bethesda had the plan for building for Fallout 3, but the problem was that the hardware at the time wouldn't have been able to handle it.
Still, I don't want
It was
building in
too
my game.
much.
I don't want to have to build strategic things. I just want to blow shit up. That's it. I don't have to build shit in Legend of Zelda.
Well, you don't have to build shit in Fallout 4 either. You can just go around and do whatever the fuck you want.
Well, then maybe I will. Damn.
It's not like they're forcing you to build something. God.
Fuck.
Well, technically they do sort of force your hand into making Papa more care.
Oh, you can avoid it though. You don't have to do it.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a quest. It's a main quest, but there's like 5 of them, so you can just go off on a tangent if you want.
What's this?
and then
go ahead.
So with the going back to the nukes and all that, and Fallout 76, January 1st, the game was so broken that the nukes stopped working altogether. The NPCs that were supposed to spawn and give you the little code snips and whatnot in order to unlock the silos stopped spawning.
Oh, wow.
The Enclave bunker, the terminals all had both disabled and enabled listed up there, and the countdown timer when the bunker or the silos would unlock was set to all 9s. So the entire endgame content as of January 1st, 2019
Wow.
because of the Y2K19 bug.
What? What?
Well, it was essentially Y2K, but happened 2019 and broke Fallout 76.
Oh, God.
I don't think that's what it was. I think it was just a massive amount of players doing nothing but launching nukes at each other.
It was actually a poor coding on their end. As soon as it swapped over to 2019, it broke.
Oh, so as soon as it hit midnight, it just freaking broke.
Yeah.
Way to go, Bethesda, you bastards. Oh my God. So what's this this dark Nuka Dark bullshit?
Oh, Nuka Dark Rum. So they partnered with the Silver Screen Bottling Company, which they're the ones that did the James T. Kirk bourbon and everything else, some of the more branded alcohols. They said they were going to release it as a homage to the game. It's supposed to be housed in an actual Nuka-Cola bottle and look just like it's straight out of the game. The initial verbiage that they used even implied that you were going to get this custom bottle. And after months of delays and notes from the manufacturer and everything else, it arrives and people say it's a terrible tasting rum in a regular bottle housed inside a plastic Nuka-Cola bottle shell.
Did they make?
Wow.
For $80.
I wonder what kind of rum it actually is. Like, I know they say
It
shitty
had
tasting.
hints
I wonder
of
if they like
coconut.
just bought like some shitty like back store rum and
Yeah.
just like
Probably.
rebottled it. I heard of somebody doing that with alcohol a while back. I can't remember who the hell it was. If anybody out there's actually watching this show and you know what I'm talking about, like, you know, feel free to post in chat and let me know. I don't think we have anybody watching. Like, I give a shit anyways.
We got one viewer.
Who is it? Your mom? Oh. Anyways,
There's a few users in chat.
no, that's us.
Other than the mods. It says
Oh.
there's viewers in chat.
Oh, well, I don't care. Anyways, well, I do care. Hey, listen, thank you for watching. But
Wow.
but like, make yourselves
That's
known because I
tough.
can't see who's in chat.
Way to diss the whole collective of people that may or may
yeah.
not be
The
watching
whole
us
2
right
or
now.
3 people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I know I'm horrible.
It's been 4 years. Can't expect people to come and expect that we were going to be streaming.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Anyways, so yeah, I still want to know the company though. If somebody knows what I'm talking about. I want to say it was back in 2012, 2013. I know it was in Crystal Skull Vodka because Dan Aykroyd does his own thing. It was some big shot guy, celebrity. I don't remember who. They marketed alcohol, and it turned out that they got sued when somebody found out that it was just rebottled cheap bourbon or some shit. But I want to know, like, if somebody like bought the stuff, if they know who it was, like what cheap.
Right.
I mean, because there's people out there that can tell you. They can tell you. They can just take a sip and be like, I know exactly what brand this is. I want to meet somebody like that. I want them to know because I want to know if it's some backwater like bootleg rum. Oh, we just combined rum with like some shitty wine and threw it in a bottle.
And the top of the cork they used had the bottle cap, but when you popped it and you went to pour, because the lip of the bottle was so big, it just dribbled down the edge of the bottle.
Oh god.
There's no way to actually pour it properly while it's in that plastic shell.
Oh god.
Is there any way to pull it out of the shell?
Break the shell.
Yeah, but if you're not careful, you'll break the shell.
Of course.
Right.
Way to go. I want to take a look at this Nuka rum thing real quick here.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, let's not post anything from IGN ever again.
Okay.
Because their shit, I'm on a super fast computer here. Oh, by the way, since our last show, I have upgraded my computer severely.
Severely.
And every page that I load just pops up. For some reason, IGN, they load so much shit on their site. It's disgusting. It's like 1998 all over again. All right, so Nuka Dark. Okay, so I see that the bottle is shaped like a Nuka-Cola bottle. That's the plastic shell that you're talking about, right?
Plastic shell.
Oh
That
my
is
god,
terrible.
this is disgusting.
Just
Guys,
looking
check
at
out
it,
the
design
website if
is
you want to
freaking
see what we're
terrible.
seeing. We're not doing sharing desktop anymore because this is going to be strictly podcast. Nuka Dark Rum was the Nuka-Cola company's attempt at entering the alcoholic beverage market. Okay, so right there, let's stop for a second. It says it was Nuka-Cola's company's attempt. Maybe they intentionally made it shitty
Oh, it's possible.
because it was supposed to be an attempt. You know? Just saying. Just throwing that out there. You got to read between the lines, folks. You know?
Yeah, but
Even if it's a fictional
that-
universe, they're going to feed the fictional
should not
universe.
have charged $80 for that then.
Yeah.
Again, fictional universe, Nuka-Cola. How do we know that Nuka-Cola wasn't like $50 a bottle in the future or whatever time span, in the 50s or 70s, whatever time
That's
span
precisely
in that
the
universe,
They did say that there's massive inflation, but I really don't think that's the point.
Yeah, there's not.
Do we know how big
If
the
that's
bottle is?
True, then I would
It's a
hate to find out
750
how much that
milliliter
costs.
bottle inside that shell.
Okay.
So it's a fifth.
Yeah.
All right. 35% alcohol content
Rip-off.
per volume.
It's not even an impressive alcohol content.
This drink
It-
temporarily increases one strength and endurance by 1, but decreases perception by 1. Okay, they gotta be careful with that shit. Have you guys offside for a second? Have you guys heard about the lawsuit that happened, the class action lawsuit that happened with Red Bull?
Yeah.
I think I might have talked about this in an
People are
older
idiots.
episode. I was rolled up into that class action lawsuit. I got a mailer where they're like, hey, we heard at some point in time, maybe from Google or whatever, some stupid ad agency, that you had purchased Red Bull. So you can take part in this class action lawsuit. Pretty much a whole bunch of people in California got together and sued Red Bull because Red Bull did not, in fact, give you wings. You know what I got for my for my time for filling out the card and mailing it and my postage stamp? I got 4 cans of Red Bull for free.
Yeah, there you go.
8 months after I submitted my card.
Free Red Bull.
Yeah, it was the 16-ounce cans too, as the big ones. So,
Well,
but anyways, they got to be careful when they say that stuff because somebody's gonna be like, "Yo, if there are people pissed off at this stuff, I guarantee you they're gonna see a class action lawsuit at some point if it's not already happening. They're gonna be like, "Oh, it didn't increase my strength or endurance. I'm still a weakling."
Well, because people
And
are
alcohol-
either too
and
happy
alcohol-
or wanting for a quick buck.
And I'm just saying,
Well, see,
alcohol,
here's the thing. It's
endurance-
lowering your perception, so how would you know that your strength and endurance
But-
had not gone up?
oh, you'll know if your endurance went down. Have you guys ever drank and had sex? Have you been
I
drunk
had a
and
feeling
had
you'd go there.
sex? Your endurance goes like this.
That's different.
That's alcohol. That doesn't up your endurance. Your endurance is not just like that. It's everything. Your endurance controls everything. I'm just saying. Yeah, you could probably go, but you're gonna be like mashing meat against meat. There's not gonna be anything going on.
Oh God.
You know?
Oh my god, that is amazing!
That was the wrong soundbite, dude.
That was the perfect soundbite, dude. Anyway, so yeah, guys, check out the link. What the fuck, man? All right, John, what else you got for us there?
The cheat engine. That's even a whole nother snafu. Bethesda is super ban happy right now, and
Who
ever
isn't?
since. Yeah. So even people who have the program cheat engine, which is legitimately used for creating mods as well, and visual modifications of the game that have absolutely zero impact on the multiplayer stand, just running that flagged people's accounts, and Bethesda would then ban them completely. Recently found out that these bans were not just the game account, it actually bans your entire Bethesda account. So any other games you've purchased from Bethesda directly through their storefront, you don't have access to anymore unless you get that ban lifted in the days they give you, assuming that the Bethesda support gets back to you in that time. Because after that 4-day timer, it locks the ticket, and even support is unable to go back in, apparently.
Holy shit.
There are
That's
people who are
nuts.
just completely locked out of their accounts right now that are working on lawsuits against Bethesda just for that.
Wow. I mean, all right. On Bethesda's side, when you roll out a new anti-cheat system, you're going to have some issues.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, I'm pretty sure VATS had a shit ton of issues when Valve started rolling it out on their servers, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, they've had time to fix it, and now it's a pretty good anti-cheat system. Same with all the other companies out there that use ban techniques and stuff like that. They tested them, they perfected them, then they rolled them out big time. The fact that Bethesda, though, against them, just rolled this out and didn't even think about how powerful this ban system of theirs is going to be is kind of a dumbass thing to do. I mean, call me wrong, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just whatever. But, on their side, shit happens with ban systems, especially new ban systems. The algos, they're dumb. Against them, they should have known better. Should have thoroughly tested all scenarios. But, again, we're living in the day and age, people, where they produce shit. If it works fine in a minimalist environment, they ship it. They don't, and then they fix it up in post. I got a story about an unlikely company that did that and fuck shit up, but we'll get to that later. Is that all you had there, John, for the
That's the biggest one was the cheat engine. There's other bans and things happening right now. One of the biggest ones is people who pointing out in the forums that the duplication was back after this most recent update, which all the bugs that they had previously squashed came back with the newest update. Duplications back. People were getting back into the developer room, which has everything, which, on a side note, shouldn't even exist. In a multiplayer style game like that, you shouldn't be able to get to a room that the devs use for every single item, including unreleased ones.
I heard about that. They got into the dev room.
Yeah.
It's like how people were trying to get into the GM Island back in World of Warcraft, man. They were trying to swim there, and they were smart and they died, but but yeah, I heard about that. That's pretty funny. Oh yeah, we're all OP now. Let's just go blow a bunch of shit up.
Yep.
Oh man, I missed it. Oh well. All right, well that's Bethesda. Oh, I can't wait till I get a sound effect for you bastards. Anyways, so moving on forward, Fade, you had something or a couple things you wanted to talk about as well. What you got for us tonight, sir?
Well,
yes, you're on the spotlight.
First and foremost, I read up quite a bit on what Microsoft, or at least the Xbox division of Microsoft, announced about the upcoming their upcoming next gen console, which people are calling, of course, Xbox 2. And they've been announcing, or they recently announced plans to have a streaming service for video games similar to Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
So the Netflix of video game streaming. And
well, don't they already have that? Oh, wait. Oh, I see what you're talking about. That you're talking about streaming, not as opposed to like their like Game Pass.
Yeah, and I haven't been able to find any release on any specs, but rumors are that it's their next gen console is just going to be a glorified thin client for game streaming.
I heard.
Lovely.
I heard that story, and I thought they were referring to a newer, cheaper model of the current Xbox One. Was just going to be a thin client. They were going to remove the DVD drive, and you would just have a hard drive and download your games.
Well, and that would make sense. With
they don't want to
actually work. Something like that would work extremely well.
They don't want to get into game streaming.
With their Game Pass offering.
Yeah, that would work with the Game Pass offering. They don't want to get into game streaming though, because their Game Pass is perfect. Yeah, you gotta wait to download the game, but once it's downloaded, you can play it. And you have access to all that library. But the issue going back to game streaming, who's got a game streaming service is PlayStation. Sony's got that bullshit. That bullshit, from what I hear, unless you have a really high internet connection, sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've not tried it, but I know people that have PlayStation 4s that have tried their streaming service, and it's like subpar. You get a better bang for your buck.
Someone else try something like that before.
Yeah. Numerous companies, and they all epically failed. OnLive was a company that tried that. Ouya was another company that tried that, and they failed. I mean, they all tried streaming. Steam, kinda, not really. With the
the streaming from Steam is local. I mean, the way they
That's
have
what I
that
was
set
getting
up
at. That's
is
what I was getting.
local.
It's
You're
not
still
over the
downloading
internet.
games.
But again, you still got to have a decent router and Cat 5 or Cat 6, preferably Cat 6 because it's got a higher throughput. To run that.
Yeah, but modern
What about
hardware
the
is still
Sega
running
channel?
1 gig. 5e is still.
Oh, that's
perfectly
so
fine.
old. Sega channel.
Really? Bring up the Sega channel.
Hey, I loved the Sega channel.
You might as well, if you're going to go that far back, you might as well talk about that satellite TV business that Nintendo had in Japan with the Super Nintendo.
Holy crap.
Okay, that was actually pretty good from what I heard. The Nintendo satellite TV, Nintendo satellite something. I don't remember exactly what that was. Let me go to the website.
Getting back to topic.
Yeah.
The Xbox's streaming service that was hinted at would just basically be an expansion of their current Game Pass offering.
Right.
I have no idea exactly how they're planning on working on it or what that's going to even look like, but they have incorporated and integrated games from Windows with. So a lot of the games in Game Pass that you can download and install and play on your Xbox can be played on your computer.
Yeah, that's cool. That's the one thing.
Account.
Not to jump off again, but the one thing that I really like what Xbox is doing is shared play between the Xbox One console and Windows PCs. Example, Cuphead.
This?
I bought Cuphead for my son for Christmas. I want to say back in 2016 or 2017. No, it was 2017, Christmas 2017. And I bought it for him for Xbox One because he's always talking about Cuphead this, Cuphead that, and he's pretty damn good at Cuphead. Better than I am. I can't even get through the first damn level. So when we got his computer hooked up, by the way, Mike, remind me I need to talk to you about that later. When we hooked up his computer, I had noticed that when I went into the Microsoft store to look for some free games for him, Cuphead was on there and my account is linked to his and it said download now. And I'm like, what? And it's like, oh, you can crossplay between Windows and Xbox. I'm like, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That's great.
Awesome. I didn't know about that.
Yeah. With certain Xbox games, you can do that shit.
Now.
Yeah, with certain Xbox games, you can do that. Not every Xbox game does that. It's mostly titles specifically that Microsoft controls or that, they partner with Microsoft on that. But that's pretty freaking cool. Anyways,
I wonder if that means the console Minecraft carried over.
Not Minecraft. Not the console version. Because if you have Windows 10, there's a specific Minecraft version for Windows 10. That you should be able to download free if you already had a Mojang account.
Yep.
And linked it. 'Cause I did that. I have Minecraft for everything now. But anyways, Satellaview was what I was talking about. It was a satellite service in Japan for the Super Famicom. But Mike, go ahead and continue. Sorry, as you were saying. I'm sorry.
Well,
you're bringing up all this shit.
Streaming service. Don't worry about it. The streaming service actually is not going to be limited to the Xbox. Some of the details that they've actually announced, which was actually announced this past October, was ability to stream to mobile, tablets, and phones.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to play like the original Halo on a phone.
Yeah, I heard about that. And I thought that was like a local thing as well too. Like if your phone is like in the same room, you can stream your game to your phone and play on your phone.
Well, the difference is though is that with 4G networks, it actually makes streaming a lot of the older games possible, because like Halo, the first Halo, which was like Xbox original back in the freaking day,
right,
isn't as intensive, so it's extremely it's a whole lot easier for them to stream that game to a mobile device over the 4G network.
Mm-hmm. Getting on that, they're probably prepping for 5G, which is supposed to be the Internet of Things. And again, we'll talk about it next week because I have a shit. I have to get a monkey off my back on that one. But I get what you're saying though about the 4G though. Yeah, I mean 4G is fast, but it's fast for what we consider. I suppose. I mean,
Wow.
I don't notice it much, but see, up here on the hill, our 4G coverage, it's here, but it sucks. Try accessing anything on 4G at the Safeway on Canyon Road.
I don't have any problems.
Of course you don't. You're the guy that never has problems.
Well,
I call
don't have
bullshit on
problems
that.
with Verizon.
I call bullshit on that. I don't care. You got problems with
streaming
Verizon.
to a phone thing.
Yeah.
Sounded familiar. It reminds me of. I just dropped a link in chat for Twitch there for Shadow. If you've heard of them, they virtualize entire gaming PCs, essentially on a giant server.
Look at that! Not available in Washington State. You bastards! I don't want to talk about them anymore.
That's just it, though. That's not necessarily the same thing because what you're doing with that is turning a device into a thin client.
Yeah.
So that you can use the hardware that's you're accessing over the network.
Everybody's been trying to do that. Everyone's like, "Oh, you can have a shitty laptop from like 1998 and stream your game."
There are minimum requirements, dude. Come on now.
I'm just using that as an example. It's an overzealous example. It's an overzealous example, but that's kind of what they make people. You gotta. Next week I'll have some trade mags you gotta read about how their ad agencies are describing this shit, because they're like, oh, you can have a piss poor computer, doesn't matter what specs, but you can still run our shit. And they're really not telling everybody the minimum requirements. I mean, you have to dig for the minimum requirements. I've looked into this stuff because I essentially call this some stupid cash grab. Everyone, again, it's just everyone prepping for 5G.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than that, though. It's the whole thing is that everything is going virtual. Everything is going virtual. Virtual environments are becoming the new norm. This was inevitable to me.
All powered by Jeff Bezos and Amazon Web Services, those bastards. I don't actually have a problem with Amazon Web Services. I can't complain about them. I mean, they got their shit together. But I get what you're saying. I mean, it's more than just 5G, but the big rollouts are waiting for 5G. They're all waiting for it because once 5G comes, then it's supposed to be our savior. Forget the fact that, some military agencies use the same signals that 5G are on and amp them up and fry people's fucking skins off. But hey,
just so you're aware, dude, this is available now. Okay, it's not waiting for 5G.
Oh yeah, I know.
Tinfoil hat on it.
I know. There's a lot out there that that are available now, but I can guarantee as soon as that rolls out, there's going to be a ton of them. And you know what's going to happen? They're all going to fail because we're in a generational divide right now. Just let me hear me out. This is not a tinfoil hat thing. This is a serious thing. We're in a generational divide right now. We have like 3 generations competing against one another. You have the baby boomers and the baby boomers kids that are outgoing. They're me. Okay. Baby boomers are almost gone. Okay. Then you have me. The in-betweens, the middle child as such. We're not really millennials, but we're not really anything else. We're just here taking up oxygen. But we're the demographic that grew up with the technology that came in. When I was a kid, I had the big old brown cable box with the push buttons, the clicker buttons. You go click, 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 and the other button would pop up, the first phone was a prepaid phone. It was Verizon. That was before they were douchebags, though. You got us. And then you got the millennials, the ones that actually they call millennials, who were born. They adopted the technology. They were born and it was there. It's kind of like that speech from Dark Knight Rises, where Bane is going on about you merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it, raised in it, molded by it. That's kind of where me, the middle people, are at. The millennials adopted the technology. We were born and molded by it and grew with it, and it became part of our lives. I
think that's opposite, dude.
No, I'm serious. That's where we're at right now. We got this. We got 3 different factions. The baby boomers who don't give a shit and are just trying to fight amongst each other for control. The middle guys who don't give a shit, but and then the millennials. I don't consider myself a millennial. I got off track with my thought process. Let me
born into technology. Okay, we adopted it. Okay, it sprung up as we were growing up. When I was 5 years old, there was nothing like what they have. There wasn't even. I didn't even have a cell phone. For God, there wasn't cell phones.
Right.
How
old are you again, Mike?
I'm 33, dude.
You're 33. Yeah. See, you're in the middle part though. You're with me.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We weren't born in it. Okay, as far as technology goes, we adopted it.
We were born and it molded us. We absorbed it. That's what I was trying to say. The millennials,
the Nintendo generation.
Yeah, the millennials were born into it and adopted it. We were there. We witnessed its birth and absorbed it, and it became ours. That's what I was trying to say. Sorry if I went off the fucking path with that.
That's for damn sure.
But anyways, as I was saying, we, the middle people, we're not going to adopt this new technology. I mean, I'm not planning on downloading some stupid streaming service. I don't want a streaming service. I want an actual.
I like my physical discs.
Thank you, John. I want an actual disc or an actual freaking cartridge or an SD card in my hand. I want physical contact, or I want the ability to download the game off the internet and play it on my box onto my box or my hard drive. Because again, the hard drive is a physical device. It's there in my hand. It's not up in some cloud in Bangkok, Thailand. It could be there. I could pay like $5-10 to like play this game and it's mine. But if somebody blows up Bangkok or blows up San Francisco, then the game is gone and I've lost my $5. At least with a physical medium, which is why I collect Nintendo games and I love my hard copy games. It's there. And I'm never going to submit to the streaming stuff because it's just dumb. Hey,
John, remind me to send him a tinfoil.
Send a what?
A tinfoil hat.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm the crackpot of the group. Okay? I get it. I'm just, I'm sure there's people out there that would agree with me.
I understand, but this type of technology is not for me and you. Okay. We are technophiles. There's a huge freaking difference. This is for the masses. This is for the people who can't go out and spend $1,000 on a brand new PC to build one and be able to play.
They don't need to. They just need $200 and they can get a Switch.
Dude, right. Switches are not $200.
Well, $300, whatever. Or they can go to a pawn shop and buy an Xbox 360 for like $150. Again, you're right. You're right. It's not for us. It's for them.
Well, you have to understand though. Okay, next gen. This is upgrade free. Okay, right. This kind of service means they don't have to put out money on a new console when it comes out, or new hardware when it comes out.
Well, let me ask you this question: do you want the service? Do you want it?
Do I?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably not. I don't know.
Well, you just seem like you're a proponent of it. That's why I was like, I don't want it. John, what do you want? Do you want it or no?
Freaking viewpoint on this, though, man.
What do you think, John?
Well, in my current situation, that we've already experienced tonight, I don't think a streaming service would be a good fit.
I don't know, man. It's just maybe my kids will get into it, but not for me. But again, we've been through the whole streaming thing before. Companies have tried it. They failed. If they succeed, I will eat my hat. If they succeed within the next 3 years, I will eat my hat. Okay.
There's going to be events that happen like that. It's growing, like them realizing that the infrastructure isn't there, that the hardware isn't there, that whatever that they need to make this function isn't going to be there. The technology is finally caught up to that, which is probably why this shadow is online and growing right now.
Is it really growing though? Let me see here. Like, what is there? That's something I would
somewhat
want to.
is.
That's something I would want to. I want to look at their numbers. They say it's growing fast. I can put on our Foreside Media website that that we have like 200 podcasts and be completely bullshitting. So I want to see. I'll do some more research on it. If that'll be
of the contiguous United States. It's only not available in 11. Okay, of 48. The rest of those, it's available. Okay,
They don't want Floridians in there. That's for sure. Florida, you banned.
that's just it. They're probably still trying to figure out the infrastructure for it because it still requires infrastructure.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that tells me that they've found a product that people will pay for, and they're working on building it out.
I don't know, man.
They've already got New England. They've already got the greater.
No one
North
cares
Metro area,
about New
Washington,
England. New
for
England's
God's sake.
Patriots country. Boo. New England can go burn itself.
Okay. No politics, no football, douche. Anyway, they already have
Hey,
California
football.
as well, which is huge. Okay.
I'm surprised you said no football, Seahawks boy, but I am too. So hey.
Hey, I changed out on my goddamn Seahawk and put on my Foo Fighters because I am neutral. Goddammit.
I'm not neutral. I'm go Seahawks.
I'm not on this to talk about football. Okay?
We'll get to that in a
If you want
minute.
Dragon football, then
Well, we'll
Yeah,
drag in
Ghostbusters.
football later, but because it is a game, it counts. I didn't specify
Whatever.
what kind of gaming.
regardless,
Anyways,
I wasn't talking about football. I'm
anyways,
talking
I'll give you
some-
I'll give you the last word on this to cap it off.
some of the largest population centers for that are encompassed in that map right now.
Mm-hmm.
New York, Washington, D.C., freaking Detroit even, and, the L.A. area, San Francisco, Sacramento. They're growing. It's just, this is the way, this is the future. This is how it's building out.
Well,
It's inevitable.
well, we'll wait and see. We will wait and see. That's all I can say is we'll wait and see. Did you have anything else there, Frey or Fade?
Yeah.
Nope.
All right. So let's go and take a break real quick. I want to talk to you guys about our show. We're bringing it back up. We're doing our thing. I'm going to try to do something differently. I don't care about Twitch Prime subscribers and views on YouTube and making money that way. No. I don't really care about making money.
I already subscribed to something else.
Well, what I want to talk about is something that was brought to me from another podcast that, a couple other podcasts have adopted that I want to adopt. It's called the value for value model. All right. Let me explain what this value for value. If you get value out of something, right, just throw in like a quarter, throw 50 cents, throw in $1. If you get value out of this episode, if this episode feeds your brain, get your juices flowing, get your synapses firing, and you like it, throw us a bone, 50 cents, 25 cents, help us keep the show going. If you don't care, then we'll just keep.
Of the Patriots.
What's that? Hey. But yeah, anyway, so one of the things, we got if you go to noobshelter.com/donate, I'll drop the link in there myself right now.
You're a little slow.
Oh, look at that. John's on it. All right, John, you're the new link guy from now on. Congratulations.
That was always been my job.
That has always been your
I
job.
started.
It's still your job. I was going to give you a break, but okay, fine. That's your job. Chat
Is
mod.
that what break time means?
No, well, I handle whatever. But anyway, so if you pitch us a couple of bucks, we'll mention you on the show because we really appreciate it if you get value out of it. Anybody that donates $10 or more to our production, you're going to get a producer credit on the show. We'll list you off kind of at this point at the top of the show and say, hey, we want to thank so-and-so for donating, we don't have to get the amounts. We'll just know that you donated 10 or more. But if you want to be anonymous, that's cool too. I don't care. Just, shoot it. PayPal has a little note section there. Just put it in the note section. All the money goes to the show, keeping the show running and whatnot. We don't get salaries. We all have our own day jobs. So some of us don't like our day jobs, me included. But yeah, so, and also to note that, like, if you guys also want to contribute in other ways, show artwork, promotional materials, voiceovers, music, safe music, of course, pod safe music, sound clips, helping us with show notes, archiving, sound effects, special effects. We love them all. So, please consider helping us out that way. You can email us at show@noobshelter.com if you're interested in doing something. Also include your intent so we can declare it fair use. To say, hey, I'm letting you guys use this. So if somebody flares up and says, oh, copyright, we could be like, no, we got permission from the original artist. So that would be great.
Yeah.
We'd also like to get a second computer just to handle, streaming just in general. So any spare parts that you guys got laying around would be great too. But we actually don't need the second computer part anymore. The big beast, my mean bean machine that I call it, it handles everything pretty well, and we've had a smooth stream. With my old rig, the stream would drop out sometimes. It would just blow up, and then I'd have to reconnect and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, no, this is pretty cool. We also, can use some materials as well too, like maybe a green screen would be great if you guys got an extra one lying around. Just email us, show@noobshelter.com. Let us know what you guys can do to help us out, and we'll give you a credit, and we'd really appreciate it. So get the word out, guys.
You caught that.
What?
I don't think so either.
You bastards. What did you say, Mike?
Maybe a new host.
No. Yeah, we can replace you.
I'm a co-host, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're all hosts. We're all co-hosts here. So when you say new host, you're talking about one of us.
Yeah, but you got the big picture.
Well, that's because I can't split your guys' cam up, or else we'd all have equal pictures.
Sure.
So, and I'm the master controller. I control everything.
Exactly.
Ah, shut up. You douchebag. All right, let's. Now we got that out of the way. Did you guys have anything you wanted to add to the our donation, please? Or please for donations. We need to buy Mike a new shirt, so give us some money. Fade needs a new shirt. I don't know if he does or not, but I'm just saying.
We need to save the clock tower.
Yes.
Save the clock tower.
Save the clock tower. Donate to the noob shelter.
Come up with like a tier for a high donor and be the professor or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
We need money to buy a DeLorean time machine, go time and save the clock tower.
They didn't actually save the clock tower. They actually caused it to burn up. So
semantics.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to our next bits here. Wow, we've been going for a while here. Cool. We're making great time. That's great. So Fortnite, y'all know it. If you don't, then you're a liar because y'all know it. They had a pretty.
You're welcome.
That's true. Yeah, if you don't, then you're lucky. They had a pretty profitable 2018. I got this off of CNBC's Power Lunch.
Look, what we're saying for 2019 is that Fortnite remains very strong, and we think that the Battle Royale genre remains very strong as well. I mean, Fortnite was the game that took the world by storm in 2018. It's official, as I think many parents and investors have suspected. It was the biggest revenue generator of any game in history at $2.4 billion.
In history. $2.4 billion. Now, this is a free-to-play game, folks. How did they do it? I don't know. Let's see if they say. This is part 2 of the Fortnite talk.
We think in 2019, we put out 10 big predictions yesterday. We think Fortnite does remain strong in the Battle Royale genre.
Okay. I must have misclipped that part. But yeah, over $2 billion on a free-to-play game. What do you guys think it was?
Skins, loot boxes, I'm sure.
Does Fortnite have loot boxes?
I don't
Again,
know.
I played
I've never
it
actually
once.
played the game.
I played it once. Let's take a look and see. I want to know where they got that money from, because I have a suspicion, but again, I don't want to put the tinfoil hat on. Let's see. They don't really say anything on their site. Of course, they don't say anything on their site, because you have to do it in, yeah, probably skins. I mean,
well, and it's more than just, it's more likely like weapon skins and stuff like that. Weapon skins and like character skins.
Because I know in Destiny 2, which I played very frequently, you can do. I used to play very frequently. I've gotten back into it. I started on the second expansion. That you could. Let me get my screen back up here. I lost it.
So you're playing it again?
A little bit here and there, yeah. But they just came out with the Piranha Plant DLC for Super Smash Brothers, so I'm probably gonna be wrapped up in that again for a little bit longer. Of course. Sorry, I have a Switch. But yeah, so I mean, it's just free to play, man. That's where the money apparently is, you know. Tim O'Shea though,
Freemium.
Yeah, freemium. It's not really free to play. It's freemium. I mean, there's there's a lot of games where free to play. It's free to play, and if you want to spend money on cosmetics that are non-game enhancing, that's cool. But there are a lot of douchebag games out there. I think Counter-Strike was one of those games where you can pay to win. So I think Team Fortress 2 used to do that when they went free to play, but they've since not done that. I mean, a lot of their weapons,
doing the hats.
A lot of weapons have their own unique abilities and give you certain things, but it doesn't necessarily make you a better player. Because if you rocket jump, you better know how to rocket jump properly, or else that money you spent on the loot on the crate to unlock to get the rocket jump ability ain't gonna do shit.
Well, the difference is though with Team Fortress 2 is that they basically had paid to get it early. They still ended up with those weapons. They just had to save up and work toward them, versus people who are just like, I'll just pay for
I
it.
bought the orange box, so I paid for Team Fortress 2. So that's how I got it.
And the other thing is they didn't make the grind unfeasible.
That's true too.
It's now the pay to win. They've made the amount that you actually get when you're grinding to try and unlock it almost unobtainable.
Yeah.
And then of course John,
because
I
they
know,
want you to pay for it.
John, I know you're a big opponent of loot boxes. Mike, I'm sure you're the same as well. Just like hell with loot boxes because they're just garbage. Anyways, Tim O'Shea, the analyst on CNBC Power Lunch, he actually had a prediction that he wanted to shoot at about free-to-play games.
And you also make a point of saying that these free-to-play games are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and that some of the companies that have heretofore eschewed those types of games may get into them. It's not that they don't make money, because then you pay for extras and so forth, right?
That's right. It's one of the big paradoxes of video games is that the free games tend to be the biggest and the most profitable. And so our number one prediction for 2019 is that Activision announces a big free-to-play game.
Yeah. Did you hear that? Did you hear what the analyst said? Activision's going to announce a free-to-play? That's one of their biggest predictions of 2019. Dude, they're going through so much shit right now. I mean, their CEO quit and went to Square, and they got some other jamoke in there.
That goes in with EA and everyone else that's making bank off the microtransactions. Belgium and a bunch of the EU countries are saying that it's unregulated gambling and therefore illegal.
It is.
So these companies are going to be losing their giant cash cow that they've been banking on.
Well, at least in Europe.
Well, yeah. Well, the EU's got their own.
It's only a matter of time.
The EU's got their own damn issues, but that's not a show to talk. That's not something we can talk about on this show.
Washington's trying to ban loot boxes altogether too.
Of course they are.
Really?
Yeah.
Donald!
Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be?
No, us, Washington.
Oh, Washington State?
Yes, us.
Ah, son of a bitch. Of course. Jay Inslee, and who's the state attorney general? I forgot his name. Oh God, he's I want to say Bob Ferguson, but I don't think that's it. I think it's Bob Ferguson.
Maybe.
Attorney General Washington. Yeah, Bob Ferguson. I should know. I listen to a lot of talk radio in the morning, so and his name comes up pretty frequently. He's the guy that likes to sue everybody. As soon as Donald Trump was elected president, he sued Donald Trump. He sued Donald Trump, the DNC, the RNC, the GOP, the White House, the Pentagon. He sued a shit ton of people. And he didn't get anything, but he's just like, I'm just going to sue everybody. Fuck it. Just sue. So it doesn't surprise me that he's jumping on the Loot Crate bandwagon that we are, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Washington. Beautiful Washington. We're just a bunch of really awesome guys. But anyway, so one of the other things that pissed me off on that clip, I mean, this is just
a big game from Activision or EA like Call of Duty or FIFA will sell over 20 million units a year.
Fuck FIFA!
That's the most FIFA AIDS thing I've ever seen. Standard game of FIFA, 0-0, no fun, makes you want to kill yourself.
Fuck FIFA!
I can't believe that they just mentioned Call of Duty in the same sentence.
I fuck COD, but FIFA. I mean, you can't compare COD and FIFA. I hate both games, but even I would take offense to that, even though I'm not a COD player, because you just compared COD to FIFA. This is why I'm going to start clipping more shit from CNBC when they talk about game industry stuff, because it's funny because they have no fucking idea what they're talking about when they're talking about it.
Actually, in this case, they were right. COD and FIFA both have the exact same style microtransactions that are just designed to get you to just shell out your money.
Oh, wow.
That's a good point.
FIFA team packs. There's a whole mode that unless you can buy their packs with real money, you don't get all the content.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Wow.
And that's why investors are fleeing from Activision right now. Actually, they've been marked as a do not invest company because they're losing their $300 million a year cash cow in loot boxes.
And they also lost Destiny 2 and Bungie. But we'll get to that later. I figured you guys would like that fucking clip. I had to play it again. It was great.
A big game from Activision or EA like Call of Duty or FIFA will sell over 20 million units a year.
I get it with the loot boxes, but still, man, totally different games. That's great.
Yeah.
I love analysts. I'm going to be watching a lot more CNBC when they're talking about new stuff. Oh, man. Anybody want to add to any of this before we roll on?
No. It's kind of covered some of the other stuff, too, for later.
Yeah, but we'll come back to it. We'll circle back around to it because you got something else there. So, actually, I'm looking at the list here, John, and I know you had something about Bungie and Activision.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where the hell it ran off to.
It's right below Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay. I just didn't add a space there. That would explain it. Why don't we move that up on the list? Why don't you go ahead and jump in there since we're on the topic?
Yeah, let me drop that in chat then here. So Bungie and Activision have separated, and Bungie is keeping Destiny.
Of course they are. They better. They made that mistake with Halo when they separated from Microsoft. If you guys don't know
that's the only fear.
If you guys don't know the story, if you've been living under a rock, Microsoft bought Bungie many moons ago. I want to say it was after Halo. It was around Halo 3, right? Guys,
I thought it was around Halo 2.
Halo 2. Yeah, it's probably around Halo 2. That sounds about right. They bought Bungie. Bungie wanted to go at it their own way. So they left, but they left Microsoft, but they left Halo with Microsoft. Microsoft retained the rights to Halo. And then Microsoft spun off another company within their company called 343. And yeah, Halo 4 sucked, and so did Halo 5, from what I hear. I haven't played Halo 5 yet. I have it, though. It's on my list of things to play. But Bungie, without their little Halo IP, had to come up with something new, and they came out with Destiny. So, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. And Bungie teamed up with Activision. And John, I'll let you take the rest of it over.
Yeah, so they actually have been already actively splitting, but Activision is losing a lot lately. The big one, though, is that they are completely splitting up, retaining full rights to Destiny. Activision put out a tweet basically stating how they were disappointed in the performance of Destiny 2 after it launched.
Mm-hmm.
And Bungie released a tweet almost immediately afterwards that says that we are proud of the game.
Yeah, it's not a bad game.
No, Activision's just mad that it didn't make more money.
It didn't make more money on the PC as they had hoped.
Yeah.
It made money on the consoles.
Uh-huh.
It's just the PC, because I didn't, and I'll have to go back into the archives and look at this, but I'm pretty sure when Destiny 2 launched, it had some issues on PC. Wouldn't surprise me.
They forced them to launch it a bit early, too.
Yeah. They were trying to beat everybody to the punch. So
it's all about trying to get the cash grab as quick as you can these days with the big AAA developers, it seems.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that I mean, good for Bungie though, holding their own and keeping their IP, because that's a really good IP for them. They can do some pretty good stuff with that, with it. I whenever Destiny 3 comes out, I'm sure it's sometime soon in the near future. I'm sure we're gonna have another good title, and they'll learn their lessons from Destiny 2. The same lessons that they learned from Destiny 1, and they applied it to 2, but there were more lessons they had to learn in Destiny 2 that they'll apply to 3. It's growing pains, it's gonna happen. Destiny is a huge game. It is a really big game. It's bigger than freaking Halo, all right? It's not No Man's Sky where everything's procedural. That's a huge freaking game, and it had its issues. They've fixed a lot of the issues. But it's still a big game. And you know what? Fuck you, Activision, for not giving it, sticking it out and being whiny little bitches. So,
yep.
That's pretty much it. Mike, you want anything to add? Or you got anything to add, I should say?
I don't know. I'm just, I'm glad that they've left Activision. Yeah. Because the way I see it is just Activision just bitches about nothing but wanting to make as much money as possible. That's all. That's all their main focus has been. It feels like for the last
that's what
5 years.
So Activision has become the new EA. I'm sure we can all agree with that.
I think they're trying to out EA each other.
Yeah, it's Activision and EA, and just Activision's just whatever, man. I don't know. So moving on, this is not gaming related. It kind of is, but it kind of isn't. But I'm going to talk about it anyways, because I feel the need to do so. If you haven't heard, because the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because y'all heard of Ghostbusters. I'm sure you have. You all probably have seen Ghostbusters 1 and 2. You have all probably heard and the backlash, the fire, the fuel, the frenzy, the chaos, and the final product that was Ghostbusters 2016, the all-girl Ghostbusters. Now, before we get into this, I just want to make one thing clear. I liked Ghostbusters 2016. It was a good, solid movie. It had its issues, but every movie has its issues, I mean, Ghostbusters had its issues too, the original Ghostbusters. I mean, you have to look for them very hard, but they were there. Same thing with Ghostbusters 2 and Ghostbusters 2016. I don't care that the Ghostbusters were all girls. I don't give a shit. It was a good movie. All right. But anyways, so now Jason Reitman, the son of Ivan Reitman, has announced that he is directing, and this happened like middle of last month, just out of nowhere. Nobody was even talking about Ghostbusters, and all of a sudden, bam, this thing just comes out of nowhere. Announced that he is making a new Ghostbusters movie. This is a clip from Nerdist News, Jessica Chobot.
Not only did we get word that Jason Reitman would...
What?
Just so you guys, to shed a little bit of light, Ivan Reitman is the one who directed the original 2 movies.
Yeah. Directed, produced.
Son is wanting to direct a third sequel.
Yeah, Ivan Reitman directed, produced, and wrote the first 2 movies. So, all right, let's get into it. Co-wrote with Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd. Yeah. Let's get into it.
Not only did we get word that Jason Reitman was directing a new Ghostbusters movie that would be a continuation of the original series directed by his dad, Ivan Reitman, but we also got a teaser trailer to go with it. After the poor box office returns for 2016's Kristen Wiig-led Ghostbusters, many thought that the supernatural comedy series was dead and buried.
Yeah, okay. So people thought it was dead and buried. Like, okay, it didn't do good in the box office. Let's just get that out there. Okay?
Yep.
It went through production hell. It cost too much damn money to make. It is what it is. I mean, you know, there's not much you can do about that.
And the director even admitted that there wasn't any continuity with the previous 2 movies.
Well, yeah, that's true. That was right out of the get-go.
In a report from the folks over at We Got This Covered, we learned a bunch of info on the personalities of the 2 central characters. One of the main characters of Ghostbusters 3 is a 13-year-old boy who is passionate about fantasy and conspiracy theories. Furthermore, he apparently approaches every situation with unbridled excitement for the unknown. What's perhaps most interesting, though, is that he quite often will narrate life in real time, adding descriptive color to the people he meets.
All right, so they already kind of have cast announced, or somewhat of a synopsis coming out. What did you guys think of that? All right, this is, before we get into it, first thing that came to mind when I heard this, the synopsis between these 2, Stranger Things. Go.
Kind of.
Yeah. Mike, have you seen Stranger Things?
Yeah. Well, they described one character. I mean, I don't know that. I mean, it might sound like Stranger Things, but I mean, that's one freaking character.
But I haven't gotten to the second clip or the third clip.
That character will be joined by a 12-year-old girl who is said to be an insanely smart kid who has a hard time with interpreting and expressing emotions and speaks with a flat delivery that makes her observations humorous. Though she wants to connect with others, she struggles with interpreting how her family and friends feel and has difficulty sharing her own feelings. Her science acumen is said to prove invaluable throughout the story.
There you go. Still don't think it's Stranger Things?
No. What I heard was a younger female Egon.
Exactly. That's what I heard too.
That's not Stranger Things.
Maybe it's the daughter of Egon. But again, I'm just talking not like, oh, it's a plot from Stranger Things. I'm talking, is that becoming a thing now where movies are going to star young children? Okay, so let's step back for a second, okay?
Yeah, especially since Stranger Things happens in the 80s.
All right, let's step back for a couple seconds though, okay? A lot of the stuff that Netflix has put out, some of their titles do focus on younger children, like below the age of 18, like preteens, younger kids. Yeah. Let's just say that. I had something. Shit. Let's just go to the third clip. I'll come back to it.
That character will be joined. According to Boris Kitt of The Hollywood Reporter, the main characters will be 4 teens in the movie, 2 boys and 2 girls. With Slash Film adding that the film will follow 4 teenagers who become new Ghostbusters with the help of an old guy with a strange amount of spectral-themed machinery.
I wonder who that is. Who do we think that's going to be, guys? Aykroyd. Awesome. That's going to be Aykroyd. That's going to be Aykroyd. Have you guys seen the teaser trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be Aykroyd.
Like
I almost
the original Ecto one in a bar. Dude.
All right, because we all know Ernie Hudson, we don't know. At first somebody had said, "Oh, he's Go and everybody else is Go." That's still alive. But that turned out to be false. He actually did an in-person interview, saying, "No, I never said that. I don't know where the hell they got that from. I'm still waiting for a phone call."
Mm-hmm.
Harold Ramis is dead.
Duh.
Bill Murray after Ghostbusters 2, never wants anything to do with Ghostbusters ever again. They tried to get him back for a third movie, and he kept saying no, 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 no. All right, he made a cameo in the 2016 movie, but I'm sure he got paid quite a bit for that. I'm
sure.
I wouldn't be surprised
You know why
if
he
that
kept on saying no?
Because the script sucked.
No, because he was in a huge freaking fight with Harold Ramis.
Oh, jeez.
Him and Harold Ramis were going through a bloody feud.
Nah.
That's why.
But it's going to be Dan Aykroyd. That guy that they're talking about is Dan Aykroyd.
I want all three of them to appear in that movie.
Now, here's the thing. I want to play you guys a clip back from... this all came out in January 2019, all right? We didn't hear shit about Ghostbusters at all after the 2016 movie released, right? Here's a clip from November 2018. This was on Access TV. Dan Rather's got a show on there now, an interview show, and he interviewed Dan Aykroyd. Here's a clip. It's a really shitty clip. I apologize, but here's a clip nonetheless of Dan Aykroyd and Dan Rather talking.
You're talking about a full-blown third Ghostbusters.
I think we've got a story that's going to work. And it's being written now by a really, really good filmmaker. Wow. I can't say their names, but they're a good team, and they're making they're making an effort to bring back all of the emotion and the spirit of the first two movies, and then take it into the 21st century with the vernacular that's needed today to get across to
I'm
the
not
audiences.
sure we maybe make some news here.
There you go.
Hey, look, there's someone in chat.
I know. That's our soon to be executive producer, by the way. But anyways, going back into what I just played. That was played back in 2018. Dan Aykroyd, of course, mentioned that, we're working on a third Ghostbusters movie back in 2018. Nobody paid attention because Dan Aykroyd's always working on a third Ghostbusters movie back in every year. And then all of a sudden, Jason Reitman comes out like, we're doing it. We're making a third movie. Here's a teaser trailer. So.
Well, because no one freaking believed Dan Aykroyd.
Right.
No one does. I mean, it's just like, whatever. But yeah, that's where we're at with the Ghostbusters movie. More as it develops. You guys have anything to add? Are you guys excited? What do you guys think?
I'm excited, man.
I'm apprehensive for the time being.
I want to go back to my original statement before you continue, Mike, where I was getting at. Okay, so this year we've had movies and TV shows about children, right? Okay, Stranger Things, Everything Sucks, so on and so forth. Prior to that, we had the whole teen novel series, novels for teens, that went through that phase. Right?
Yeah.
We had Hunger Games, Maze Runner, and whatever the hell
Light.
Yeah. Harry Potter was even considered a young adult, kind of book.
The books were, yeah.
I mean, we had that whole damn spectrum going on there and whatnot, So now we're in a new phase where the stars are younger. They're getting younger, I heard some rumor that they're going to be making a Zombieland 2, and same premise. The actor Woody Harrelson and whoever the hell his other name is going to be back in the movie, but
all four of them.
Yeah, but they're also going to have a younger cast as well too, under the age of 18. I'm just saying it's becoming a thing.
Is still going to be a part of the movie.
I know, but they're not trying to reboot it. Ghostbusters is not going to be a reboot anyways.
No, it's not. It's
but
the next
again,
generation. Basically.
They're throwing in younger and younger people. It's like we're in a phase now. We're in the youngest phase. What's going to happen after this? Are we going to have movies again starring babies? Remember that was a whole thing back in the 90s?
Oh, God. Look who's talking.
Look who's talking. Baby Geniuses. Baby's Day Out. I'm telling you, man, it's a generation. It's a phase.
The Baby's Day Out have a really bad Boston or New York accent or something like that? Sounded like the smoking baby from
No. That was that you're thinking of Boss Baby.
No, I'm not confusing Boss Baby.
Dude, Boss Baby didn't smoke in the movie. It was a cartoon. I know what you're talking about.
No, Baby's Day Out. Baby's Day Out was a baby that like got away from his nanny and was just crawling all over New York City. The dancing baby and Ally McBeal, the biggest meme, the first meme to ever hit the internet in the 90s. Right. God, I remember that. I always wondered where that came from. I didn't know that came from Ally McBeal, but whatever. Okay. But anyways, Mike, as you were gonna say, I'm sorry. You were gonna comment on the Ghostbusters movie yourself.
Well, it's a generational movie that they've been wanting to do. It's a passing of the torch. Mm-hmm. You know, that was Harold Ramis's vision for the third movie, as it was to pass it on to the next generation. So
yeah.
That's all I see this as. I don't see it as a trendy movie.
Well, I think it took everybody
a young cast.
I think it took everybody by surprise. I mean, we can agree to disagree. I'm pretty sure it's just a movie phase where now we're going to get a lot of movies with younger kids. But I think it took everybody by surprise when they heard this, because when you think of passing the torch, you're thinking younger actors, such as like in their 20s, maybe early 30s.
No.
But not like that young where they're under the age of 18 and they're running around with nuclear accelerators on their backs and positron gliders.
Well, and they're going to cast younger and younger ones. That way, if it's a hit, they can market the hell out of the movies without worrying about the kids going through puberty.
Yeah, that's true too. Oh yeah, we get to deal with that.
Harry Potter, that happened to all them.
Well, on top of the fact that it's like this younger cast means that the movie, a new franchise would have more staying power. It'd have better longevity.
Right.
You know?
That's true. That is true. I'll give you that one. Yeah, that's totally true. All right, moving on. We're getting close to the end here. Quick shots. It's time to do some quick shots. This is going to be our new thing where we're just going to run through a couple stories real quick and get this done and over with so we can get the hell out of here and go on with our lives. Because even I can only tolerate so much time. So Rythone, you got the first quick shot up. EA dissolves Visceral Games. This is an old one. I was going to drop it, but you convinced me to keep it. Go for it.
Yeah, so it's actually tied to current things happening with this too. Initially, Visceral Games was making a scoundrel-style game in the style of Uncharted. It was going to be awesome. It reminded me of like original KOTOR, going way back to the scoundrels outside of the regular universe.
Right.
They canceled, or they dissolved Visceral Games, but took all of the assets and they were going to put it in a new game. It was going to be an open world game. They wanted to market the hell out of it and profit off live services. Mm-hmm. They've recently canceled that game now. So this open world game is completely dead.
Wow.
Of course it is.
Anything else on that? Or, I mean,
that's really it. It was EA of Vancouver, but the one that was heading it up was the person, I forget her name, the one that actually headed Uncharted.
Huh. Oh, wow.
So it was going to be a really good game.
Damn. That's sad. The things that we wish we had, we could have gotten that we'll never get because of greed. Moving on. Quick shots. Number 2. Damn it. So, if you all have Smash Brothers like I do, do not, and you got the free Piranha Plant DLC like I did, do not, I repeat, do not download it or run that Piranha Plant, because apparently he's not just eating Smash players, he's eating your save data. Smash Ultimate Glitch, I hate the word glitch, by the way, corrupts save data when using Piranha Plants. In the 2.0.0 patch for Smash Bros. Ultimate, it introduced a glitch that can corrupt your save data if you used a brand new Piranha Plant character in All-Star mode. Ouch. Latest patch for Smash Brothers was made available to download yesterday on the 31st. It brought a slew of new changes to the game, including the addition to Piranha Plant if anybody has a download code. I got my download code today, but I'm not going to download him until they come out with a patch. Anyways, the patch also, the patch also included some gameplay changes to existing characters, as well as fixing some of the bugs that had been discovered by fans. One of the coolest bugs was had to do with Villager. If you both shot off your fishing rods at the same time and caught each other, like whatever assist trophy you had at the time would just replicate. People were replicating Knuckles the Echidna assist trophy, and it was flooding the whole game and causing it to crash. It was great. Yeah. So, anyways, people who downloaded the patch, downloaded the Piranha Plant, played All Star, lost their save files. Now, Nintendo has their online service where, by default, usually it'll shoot up your save into the cloud. If that's the case, you're good. You can just pull down from a cloud save, and you're back in action. But if you don't have the online service and you downloaded it and did the glitch, you're dead. You're gonna have to start from ground zero.
Oh,
and I'm gonna tell you right now, I did World of Light, World of Darkness. It was fucking a grind, man. It was a grind. Okay, and Paulina is one of the spirits that you can unlock in World of Light. She is a pain in the ass. My brother still hasn't unlocked her yet. It took me like several tries, no, not several, no, hundreds of tries with every freaking Smash character and doing a shit ton of Googling and trying everybody else's method before I finally got her. All right, moving on. Quick shots number 3. There is a new, I repeat, new mobile Mario game in the works. All right, some of you guys know there's a Super Mario Run for Android. Really good game if you like runners and whatnot. It's actually pretty cool. I've pretty much unlocked everything. So Nintendo is joining forces with messaging app Line and game developer NHN to develop a brand new Mario game, and it's called Dr. Mario World. And it's going to be free to download and, of course, have in-app purchases. Woo! Hinting that users may have to purchase add-ons if they want to progress through the game. Now, Super Mario Run did the same thing. And you could play the first world free if you wanted to get all the other worlds. It's $4. It was like $5 to pay. You know what? It still has some pretty good replay value if you're a collector like me and like to collect things. So it was a good investment, and it's Nintendo. I'm not gonna, they screwed up with Smash Brothers and the Piranha Plant, okay? And they screwed up with the Virtual Boy. We all have our faults in life, man. So it's going to be released this year. We don't know exactly much about there's not much. The report I got was off of CNBC, and it's just a lot of numbers and whatnot that we really don't care about. My assumption, it's going to be like a world platformer, Dr. Mario, where you have to go through map to map to map and beat all the different puzzles that. And I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to get Nintendo coins from it as well, too. So, anybody want to add to that?
That's it. There was...
Do we have any more quick shots?
There was a quick thing, but I can't seem to find it anymore. It was either Overwatch or one of those games, without really announcing anything, was talking about dropping a sequel Monday.
Really?
Yeah, but I can't find any of the stuff that I had previously on this.
Huh.
Find it, get it, and we'll put it on the next show on the quick shots. Mike, you got any quick shots for us before we go?
Not off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure I'll have one time though.
Okay. I was gonna buzz you up, be like, "Time's up, dude." Well, I gotta get the Price is Right timeout thing. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, so I think damn, we're at 145. But does anybody else have anything they want to add before we close it out for tonight?
I would like to.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, John.
I was just going to say I would like to add this Bob Ross to chat.
This Bob Ross, what?
The Bob Ross I just dropped in chat.
I didn't know we had those enabled.
I didn't either. I noticed there's a whole bunch of funky emotes you could use in Twitch chat now.
Sorry, Ruby Jean. We've been at this for about an hour and 45 minutes, and my throat is dying. I got to make sure I have a big old gallon of water next to me next time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Mike, do you have anything you want to add? I know you gotta have something, man. Come on.
Well, I'm stoked about a game that I support Kickstarter.
What's that?
It's a roguelite sandbox open world.
What is it called? I'll drop a link.
Dead Matter. It's a survival horror.
I think I heard about that. There it is. Yeah, the Kickstarter, Dead Matter. Yeah, I think I actually heard about that game. What would you do in a zombie apocalypse?
God, Ruby.
Fix your room.
Like Kickstarter board game?
Well. Actually, I'm going to drop this in chat.
No, it's a video
their
game.
Official website.
It's a video game. Oh yeah, you got the official site there. But anyways,
if we get filler next time, just let me know. I'll have a new bottle of sauce.
Yeah, there you go. That would be cool. We can talk about your sauce, your saucy sauce. But Mike, tell us a little bit more about this Dead Matter game.
Well, the developers from Canada, they have it modeled after Alberta. It's actually the third or fourth largest sandbox map that is going to be available, larger than Arma 2 and DayZ by, I think, 1.5 times. And it will be fully modular, and every single building that you see can be entered.
Cool. What was it, that one zombie? You mentioned DayZ. I know it wasn't DayZ. Do you guys remember that one zombie game that sucked really bad? And it got a lot of backlash, and Steam pulled it off. For the life of me, I can't remember what the hell it was. I remember laughing my ass off about reading about it in the trades.
I don't know.
God, oh man, it was really horrible. I'll look it up and I'll have it for next show because that was really, really a funny thing.
I wanted to say Dead Rising, but I know that's not it.
No, it's hell no, it's not Dead Rising. It was something that had a Z. I forgot what it was.
DayZ?
That wasn't DayZ. Zombie game.
No, DayZ is an Arma 2.
That sucked. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Wouldn't it be easier to search games pulled from Steam?
That would be good. A zombie game pulled from Steam.
Oh, it is, Ruby. It is.
Warzy. That's what it was. Warzy.
Oh.
Yeah, Warzy. That was back in 2012, man. I remember reading about that.
Shit bug.
Yeah, like, okay, so like it was glitchy as hell. It was horrible. It was disgusting. And they had to make refunds. It was just, oh my god, it was just a horrible game. It was bad. It was so like I bet you spend the whole time saying sorry.
Well, it does take place. Dead Matter does take place in Canada. I'm sure that zombies are gonna be like, "Sorry for biting you, eh?"
Yeah. Good old zombies.
No, you won't.
No, we don't ban people here unless you're racist. We only ban racists, and we only ban racists.
That's racist.
Red hats. We ban racists and red hats, and of course,
douchebag.
That's pretty much what we banned. All right, I think I'm ready to stretch myself out for the night. So
yeah,
getting there. So I think we had a pretty good show. It wasn't as lively as I'd like it. Hopefully we'll get more people.
There you go.
Of course you lost me. You always lose me, you bastards, because Discord sucks. We're going to try Skype next week.
Than the freaking travesty that was Skype last night.
I don't think it was Skype. I'm pretty sure it was my board that was messed up. So, anyways, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to like I said, we're going to call it a night here. I want to thank you all for
Good night,
watching.
Ruby. See you next
who
week.
all watched us.
Bye.
Oh, God. Pepe in a pickle. I'm done. All right, that's it for the Noob Shelter, everybody. Stay tuned for our end of show mix. I want to wish you all a good night. Take it easy.
Lost you.
Goodbye.
Shut up.
Peace.
FIFA AIDS. FIFA AIDS. This game's taking years off my life. FIFA AIDS. This game's taking years off my life. I want to punch an infant in the mouth. FIFA AIDS. FIFA AIDS makes you want to kill yourself. Makes you want to kill yourself. FIFA AIDS makes you want to kill yourself. I want to punch an infant in the mouth. I love FIFA.
A great kitty white one and a tabby too, and a big orange guy put snakes in my shoe. Mad MC skills leave me struck, and I roll with my kitty, then my heart is fire. I'm down with Plato and Socrates, and I like to get busy with all the ladies. Rolling down, something, down, up in my shed, up in my shed.
I got ants. I got ants. I don't know if we had ants. We had ant invasion. I was thinking if you desiccated a big pile of ants and then ground them to a powder like a fine grind of black pepper. We were having dinner and yeah, I got an ant somehow in the meal and I ate it. These things are peppery. I got ants. I got ants. These ants, they don't need a lot. And then you find all the ones that are roaming around. You go like backed them off by doing the burning trick. You just torch them, and you leave them there. The only ant, there are occasional moments where there's an ant that you do not torch, and that's an ant that's carrying one of the dead ants back. I got ants. I got ants. I got ants. I got ants. 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 Ants.
Hell, your internet's shitty.